There we go. Now, you learned, what age did you just say that you start actually learning about how to make choices?
9, 10, 11, around that time frame, because I left home at 11 for the most part. So I was starting to make decisions on my own at that age, and actually before then, because before I left home, I was already doing things in the street that I shouldn't have been doing. So I was making decisions early in life.
And what was the decision that you made at that age that you realized, hey, this could get me in trouble, I got to do something different?
Well, one day I almost got caught stealing from a store by a police officer.
Ooh.
And when that happened as a kid, I was like, oh, snap, this is for real. And the officer at that time let me go and had a talk with me. But that was one of the first times where I was like, jail actually exists. Police officers are here. I almost got caught, and it was a big deal.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And was that one of those shaping you moments where you're like, boy, I can't do that again?
Yes. Actually, no. That was the first time. And the thing that was crazy was I would bully 2 kids to go inside of a store to steal for me because I didn't want to do it and get caught. So I made them do it. I made them steal, or I'm going to beat you up. And they went to the store and stole, and they kind of got caught, and they pointed the finger at me. So that whole thing happened. And then after that, it was me and an older kid that he wasn't bullying me, but I kind of looked up to him as like, he was the coolest kid out because he was the baddest fighter, and he got me into starting forest fires as a kid. Dude, I don't know what I was thinking. Like this, you don't have a parent like parenting you. Like we would literally take some paper, light it, and start for. It was to be the most amazing thing to me. Next thing you know, it's 8, 10 freaking fire trucks coming to put out a fire that we started, and we sit back and just watching it. And we almost got caught. So when that happened, and I saw the disaster that the fire made, that's when I was like, I can't be doing this type of stuff. I can't be doing it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, so, and that was, again, 12, 13 years old time frame.
Now, what's something that you wish you knew as a child growing up? And again, let me frame it right. I learned about abandonment at 5 years old. I didn't know that the world could be a bright place. You've now, through all 5 families and your own personal experience, learned that the world isn't as ugly as what we grew up looking at, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's something that you wish you knew when you were a child, and what's something that you know as an adult that keeps you going from your childhood?
Something I knew as a child. That's a tough one, man. Something I wish I knew as a child. To study, to read, to educate myself more, and to take school and learning more valuable, because still to this day, it's hard for me to sit down and read books. Like I would be more of a self-educator. Like I would dig more into learning and be more curious about developing my brain at a much higher level as a kid, because that's the foundation where it starts. To try to learn and do that the older you get becomes more challenging because your brain gets fatigued. So I start doing that as a kid, is to read more and to do more research and be more of a student of life and a student of education. So bringing that fast forward into my adulthood, that's something I actually do now. Like, it's still challenging for me to sit down and read books, so I'll do opposite version. I do audibles. Like I'll go through 15, 20 audible books a year. Like I like to learn, and I've become more of a student of life and become even more curious. Like when I got questions, the stuff that's in my head when I'm not with people, I actually start doing research on it. I go to Google, go to ChatGPT. I try to learn more to educate myself and to be more well-rounded compared to just being ignorant in every subject situation. Like, which makes me a lot more diverse. I can sit in rooms and have conversations. I can talk to so many different points because I'm not stuck on one thing, or sports or football or basketball. I can talk to a lot of different things just because I'm curious on life, and I'm always looking to educate myself now and just learn. Just be more of a student.
Now tell me this. It's a very serious question. You ever thought about killing yourself? And what's kept you from not pulling the trigger?
Fear. Fear of God kept me. Just fear, like just fear of God, or just fear, period. Like I can't imagine killing myself knowing or not knowing what's after this, and especially what the Bible says, what happens. And then two, like looking back and reflecting, the worst situations of my life have passed. So if they passed, then whatever it is that's depressing me to the point where I'm thinking about killing myself now, that thought is crossing my mind, that pressure is on me, that depression is sinking in, the feeling of loneliness by myself is all on me, and I don't feel like I have no other fucking way to go, no other route to go. Like, compared to killing myself, why won't this pass too? Like, and I can remember my grandmother saying, son, trouble don't last always.
It's a church song too, ain't it?
Yeah, and it really don't. And when you in it, it feel like it's gonna last forever. It feel like there's no coming out on the other side. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. It's so dark, and it's such a crunch that's on you and that's been on me. That's like, I want to kill myself. I don't want to fucking live no more. Like, I don't like this shit.
So what would be your best advice to those people that are struggling with those thoughts? Because even children, suicide is the number one killer of kids between 12 and 18. And I don't think that its number's going down. I think it's getting worse. And then you look at how many men killed themselves in the first 6 months of this year, and suicide being a topic of discussion, but a very difficult topic of change, be it most men don't have a friend or a men group to go and speak with, talk to, or learn from. So what's your best advice? And mind you, I think many people, including myself, have struggled with the thought because, you know, we can unsubscribe to a YouTube channel.
Correct.
What if we could just unsubscribe to the bullshit we deal with? You can't.
No, you can't.
You're in it.
Yep.
You're a part of it,
Yep.
or it's happening to you, and it's maybe happening because of you, but you go, man, it's got to be an easier way. And some people will choose death, but what's that? If you had to give any advice, what would that look like, man? Because I've met a lot of men recently who are hurting in some form or fashion.
Hey, Trep, here it is. My worst situations that I felt those thoughts, and I've had multiple times in life where I thought about committing suicide. The worst time that I've ever felt brought my best rewards when I made it on the other side of it.
And what was happening at that time? That the one that you were like, yo, this is it. I'm done.
When I was in my situation where I sacrificed the relationship with my kid, sacrificed everything I had, put it into a company that I believed that I was going to retire from, and put every ounce of my energy, effort, everything I had inside of me to a company that I felt betrayed me, wasn't loyal to me, and I was just a number, which everybody said you would be. And they put me in a situation where I was discriminated against. I was called names I shouldn't be called. I was put into a situation where I was managed out, and it made me reflect back on all the sacrifices I made to put into a company. And I had to make a decision on where I was going to go and what I was going to do, and not have a real plan. When I had the financial burden, stress, and stuff happening where it made me extremely depressed, till I went into a psych ward for 4 or 5 days because I had angry feelings about hurting and damaging people that made this fake situation that wasn't real happen to me. When that happened, I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like, I sacrificed too much. I gave too much. When the feeling of betrayal and all that stuff happens, like, I ain't want to do it no more. I was done. Like, fuck this shit.
And what kept you from, I guess, getting into the dark or the red where you couldn't see the light anymore?
I started working out. Somebody told me, like, and it was crazy because when it was happening, I was so angry one day, I put my sneakers on and just started walking. And it was like the further I got from where I started, my anger started decreasing because I started getting fucking tired. And it was like it was a saying, like, if you want to see, if you angry, depressed, and your physical state will run out before your will exhaust before your. It was something like you get tired before you stay more angry, depressed, and that actually happened. Like, I walked so far, like my anger and depression feeling like start going away, and that became a second thought, and like how tired I was and my legs were burning became the first thought of my mind, and it kind of like it snapped me out of it. And then I had to say, fuck, I gotta walk back. And on the walk back, I started getting a clear mind, a clear head, and I started processing all my emotions. I started lining things up. I started just breathing, and just I processed it. Like, so if somebody's going through something, if you could take the moment and just fucking walk and get into some exercising, because I promise you, your conditioning and your exercise is worse than the depression that you're gonna be in. Like you'll stop. So just take a break and just walk. Yeah, I got tired.
So a walk saved your life.
A walk saved my life. Yeah, a walk.
That's crazy.
I took off.